Cappuccino Wellness Team, and we are popping into your homeroom today to talk with you a little bit about healthy relationships, different qualities of relationships, both healthy and unhealthy, and things to keep in mind as we head into this spring semester with lots of things coming up, including dances, proms. We have Valentine's Day coming up, so some things to keep in mind heading into the next few months. First thing I want to share is that everyone sitting in the room with you and in all the classes are affected by relationships. We all are engaged in some kind of relationship. So this topic affects 100% of us. So it can be helpful to know that there is one specific communication style that is the most helpful in relationships and does allow relationships to feel healthy and grow. So this style is called assertive communication. It's a communication style where you are sharing your thoughts, feelings, and ideas in a way that's very clear and direct while still respecting the thoughts, feelings, and ideas of others. Um, so this often is very focused on your feelings, how you feel when something happens, how you are affected emotionally when X, Y, or Z situation happens. And it's often focused on the other person's behavior rather than like the other person's character or name calling or things like that. So it's more so focused on how you're feeling when the other person does X, Y, or Z behavior, and then you add in what you're needing moving forward and what will happen if that need doesn't get met. So, this slide highlights how relationships can be a spectrum. It can have different qualities that can feel really healthy. It can also have some qualities that maybe don't feel as healthy. And occasionally, it does also have qualities that are truly abusive. So it's important to note what things we are feeling and experiencing from these lists in our own relationships so that we can get a better sense of, does this feel like a healthy, supportive relationship, or am I feeling like it's more so unhealthy or abusive? Are there more unhealthy qualities than there are healthy? So, taking a look here, you see that healthy looks like communicating, maintaining respect, trust, honesty. Both partners are equal in their relationship. It's fun, it's enjoyable. You make choices together, things like that. Whereas unhealthy and abusive relationships might be actually mistreating the other person. It may feel very controlling or isolating, where you're not able to maintain other relationships outside of this one. Only spending time together, pressure, and not very healthy communication styles. So, many of you may be thinking of one person in your mind, whether it be someone who's same age, or even sometimes our older family members are in relationships that look or feel unhealthy. And it can be hard to know, especially when it's our friends, like what to do to help that person and how to be there for them, knowing that they're experiencing unhealthy qualities in their relationship. So, these are some tips. First, calmly start the conversation on a positive note. Start with support and positivity so that they are able to open up to you. Focus on the unhealthy behaviors of the partner rather than just bashing the partner and their character, because your friend will probably close up and not feel safe talking to you about it. Support your ideas with observations that you've seen rather than judgments. So, trying as much as you can to remove any judgments you have and just notice what you're seeing that's happening. Don't blame your friend. It's not your friend's fault. It's never your friend's fault. Your friend didn't ask for it. There's unhealthy behaviors, and that's what's important to focus on. Also, allow your friend to make the decision on their own. You can't force them to leave that relationship. You can't force them to shut that person out. You can't force them to block the person. They have to get there on their own. And the best way to do that for your friend is to just be there and let them talk it through with you as someone who's supporting them. Offer solutions. You can definitely brainstorm with your friend and figure out what your friend needs, who's a person that they can go to, etc. Come up with an emotional support plan. So when they feel triggered by the unhealthy qualities in the relationship, what is their next step to get support? Who are they going to come talk to? What's something they can do to soothe themselves? What's something that they can do to stay safe? All of that. And offer more conversations in the future, allowing you to be someone that they can go to when things feel hard. And then get support for yourself. It can feel like a lot to see your friend going through a really painful or unhealthy relationship. And it can be really hard, especially when your friend hasn't figured out finding safety in that relationship. So get support for yourself, lean on other people. So, as we approach Valentine's Day, I think it is helpful to consider how you feel about the day and what you're needing based on that. So, first thing to figure out is establish boundaries for yourself and maybe your friends or your partners around that day. Decide what you are and are not comfortable with in terms of that day and how it gets celebrated or honored, and then communicate that clearly. If you want to pretend like it's just another day and you don't want your partner to go all out and make it a big thing because that feels uncomfortable for you, important to assertively communicate that. Same thing with your friends. All of that is important. And it's totally okay to act like Valentine's Day is just another day. Also, take time to evaluate your feelings. Why do you feel uncomfortable with Valentine's Day? And if it is because you feel like there's unhealthy qualities in the relationship that you're involved in that you don't feel like celebrating, that's important to know and figure out who you can lean on and talk through that with. We are also heading into a season where there's dances, prom, and sometimes it can be helpful to, again, think through what you want that to look like and then have a plan if it doesn't go as you hoped. So, first things first, have a private conversation with your partner, friend, acquaintance, whoever it may be, about the dance and expectations for going together or asking each other or all of that. And also, it can be helpful to have what I would call a rejection contingency plan, basically a plan if it doesn't go as you hope and that person, for one reason or another, says no to going to the dance with you, whether it be in private or public. Have a plan, know who your support system is, and make sure you go to them to talk through what happened. Be kind to yourself and to the other person and respect the other person's decision. Ask for what you're needing, like, hey, this was hard for me, I need space now. Allow yourself and the other person that space and time to heal. Take responsibility for your own feelings, but do find closure for yourself, even if the other person isn't involved in that closure. If all of this is not enough, or you want to learn more, or you really connected with this topic and want to dive a little bit deeper, these are some great resources to access. They're all online websites, but they all also have, I think, 24/7 support lines. So take a look at these websites and definitely reach out to these agencies and find more information. There's lots of different blogs and things like that. And lastly, your wellness team is here to support you around this topic and any other topics as well. You can find us in the main office. It's Miss Govea, Miss Gabby, Mr. Peter, and Miss Jessica for our TEC students. So please come drop in with us during drop-in hours and we can talk through some of this stuff a little bit further. Thank you so much, Mustangs. Have an awesome day and we'll see you soon.